back in the house. I was there. I can talk about this stuff. I was a street vendor in the inner cities of America, in the tri-state and New England area. I was helping promote these rappers with the message, and I'm ashamed about that. But at the time, I was younger and immature. I thought that 50 Cent and G Unit was what life was all about. I thought Tony Yayo, and I know you don't like me, hate it or love it, the game. I thought that's what I should be worried about, while my girlfriends were worried about Little Kim and Glorilla or Cardi EBT. So let's get right into it. You're probably wondering, okay, so what's going on, Peyote? Well, one of my coworkers at work, we get paid minimum wage to clean up diarrhea and trash at our job. And but nobody seems to think that's a crime. But anyhow, she was telling me how she goes, wow, they're really taking out all of our black heroes. I says, what do you mean? She goes, well, look at P. Diddy. She goes, I'm not excusing anything he did. If he did these terrible, rotten things, then that's bad. She said, but what does anybody do in private or in secret? We don't know what anybody does. I says, yeah, you're kind of right. She goes, if they lie about everything else, why wouldn't we lie about other stuff? I says, well, you're getting really deep. She goes, yeah. I says, you must watch a lot of Charleston White or Charlie Kirk Vigil supporters. She said, no. She said, I just watch people's body language. And she says, what do you mean? What's your point? She said, well, one by one, they got to get rid of all the famous black people if they want to deport my black kings, if they want to get rid of black folks the same way they're getting rid of the descendants of Aztecs and Native Americans, being the Mexicans, South America, etc. She says they got to get rid of every one of our black heroes one by one if they want to make America white again. I says, whoa, you are getting real deep. I says, when you say white, do you mean just like white people? She goes, no, I just mean like white means green. The white greed, the white establishment. And then you see Dr. Umar, and he's a guy right here who, he likes to enlighten people and wear dashiki, like the guy on Don't Be a Menace to Society while drinking your juice in the hood. But did they ever tell you about all the money he got to open up his compound and his school that never opened? But anyhow, my whole point is, while 50 Cent is knocking and kicking our brothers while we're down, meanwhile, they're just taking over and colonizing. And I love my country. I love America. When I think about all the places I could be born,